Good evening, everyone. My name is Nathan Bryce. I'll be narrating on behalf of my team, the Remainders, which includes myself, Mia, Kira, and Casey. We will be talking about facilitating meaningful mathematical discourse. And if anybody's wondering what that word discourse means, discourse is much more than just teaching and listening to a lesson. It's more of a conversation, and it goes more in depth. Into a topic, and of course we're going to be talking about mathematics. The purpose of teaching this practice teaches students that their ideas are not wrong if they can prove and defend their approach. Gives more of an open-ended answer, whereas in most math topics the answer is usually more straightforward. Students can spend time understanding other point of view from their classmates and see how an answer can be concluded in different ways, not just their own or what the teacher has taught. Math typically has very straightforward solutions, and students may like English classes more because there really are no wrong answers when you can think freely and defend your point. This teaching approach allows for this idea through math. Facilitating meaningful mathematical discourse helps with 1. Problem solving, 2. Teamwork, 3. Creativity, 4. Peaceful discourse in other discussions. So as you can see in some of these other images right here, those are some gears and some individuals. Without that individual on the ladder, that gear would not turn. Like so, like this puzzle, each individual student plays a part of our whole understanding. Examples of what students are doing while the teacher is facilitating a meaningful discourse. So we're talking about students now. Active listening. Active listening should occur while the teacher is facilitating a mathematical practice. Active listening goes far beyond the listening with the ears, but also with their other senses, when applicable. Number 2, engaging in small group student-led discussions. When students engage in a small group, they should first be on topic, second, be an active participant in the discussion, third, be respectful and actively listen to other group members, and lastly, ask questions on their own work / methods and that of the work and methods of their group members. Number 3, understand and use vocabulary. When students comprehend the vocabulary taught by the instructor and use the vocabulary in a practical setting, such as a group discussion or individual vocal or written explanation. As you can see, this is a little picture regarding active listening. This is for engaging in small groups. You see all these little youth engaging in a small group activity. And again, vocabulary, words are important. They have meaning. Number 4, relaying their understanding in their own words. In contrast to using vocabulary, it is important for students to relay the information they have learned during instruction in their own words. Students may put certain problems into a familiar context with the use of real-world examples. Number 5, independent practice, manipulatives. Display understanding with manipulatives. Use of pictorial and written explanations. Lastly, students independently practice through displaying their understanding through the use of manipulatives. The use of pictorial representations and written explanations are important ways of independent practice. It is important that students have a differentiated ways of explaining their understanding. As you can see, we have a couple different methods here, some manipulatives, and again, independent practice, and this is supposed to represent relaying that understanding in your own words. Again, it's cyclical, kind of a circular frame of thinking. Why teachers should keep this in mind. Teachers should keep this in mind as it can help educate other teachers on its importance and how it can also be applied to other areas in school. For example, if a teacher is having trouble with a lesson, it would be so helpful to give this advice. Also, not only can this help with math teachers, but also teachers of all subjects. As you can see, you can use in all subjects. Use this to educate teachers and give them tips. Think of how the students can use it in real life situations and throughout their education. In conclusion, overall, facilitating meaningful mathematical discourse is not only beneficial for the students to grow their critical thinking, it also gives teachers who practice this to get a good idea of where their students are in a lesson. Thank you.